Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green and I am the manager of the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers. Today we are in the FA Cup, a competition that has historically been the scene of much swoodilypoopin' glory, and we are playing Blackpool, and we should win this game. And by win, I mean that we will probably lose. But we are going to do our best because this is our competition. We are the current holders of the FA Cup after last season's heroic victory over Chelsea. And gosh darn it, we're going to do our best to cling to it even here in world-class skill level. All right. So, we are better than Blackpool, at least on paper. That should give us an advantage. We're playing in our 4-3-3, which has been quite successful for us, I have to say. I'm going to talk today. Oh, not a great pass there. I'm going to talk today about the difference between my public persona and my private, the person I am in private. This came up because I did an episode of Hank Games Without Hank, featuring fake Oscar picks with my best friend Chris and office mate Chris, and Leroy Williamson with a big kick. Not ugly. It didn't work, but I don't hate it. And a lot of people were, I think, kind of freaked out by it and taken aback by it, and a lot of people did not like it. And that was really interesting to me because I know I had a pass there and I missed it. I apologize to my family. What the F? Come on, ball, John Green. Really? You thought that's what I wanted to do with the ball? You thought that was a good plan? But I think it points to the tension that's sort of inherent between. Oh, how could he miss it? Oh no. Oh gosh, that was the slowest pass ever. Probably a good moment to hold A down for a second longer. Because I do think that in many ways there are important differences between the person I am in private and the person that I am in videos. I mean, the biggest of which is that in videos I try to be measured and calm and thoughtful, and like anyone, I'm not always like that in real life. In real life, I'm often goofy and silly and dumb. And I do. I mean, I try to live. Obviously, I do try to live an engaged life and to be a good person, to live a kind of life that I can, wake up in the morning and not dislike myself. That's very important to me. But like my. Oh, how do you miss the goal? How do you miss the goal in that situation, French Lana? You've got a big open goal there, baby. Oh, that's a disappointment. I do think that I just thought it was I found that the response really interesting because to me that was more like my current mid-30s self than anything else. But it was a lot of jokes about having kids and all that stuff that isn't as interesting maybe to most of the people who watch us, and then also like a level of dismissiveness about art that people weren't comfortable with. But y'all have to understand that like Chris and I are both deeply entrenched in a world of art that we both take seriously and satirize, and that's an important. I mean, that's an important part of my private life, I think, because I work, because I live with a curator of contemporary art, and I work with a lot of people who are passionate about filmmaking or passionate about writing and reading. That is a big part of it for me is being able to both, not a great pass there, being able to both celebrate great art and satirize great art. That's not, you can't possibly give me a card for that. Oh, I will take your oh, you were naughty. Sure. I was a smidge naughty, perhaps. But in most ways, I think that I'm actually quite similar to the person that I act like, or the person who's, the way I act on camera and off are very similar, and the way I act on mic and off are very similar. I think the only difference is in sort of social situations. Like my social self. And I think that's more a question of my social self being different from my private self, which is the case for most people. And in some ways, the video, the when I'm on, whether it's in a Hank Games video or in a better edited Vlogbrothers video or even on Crash Course, that's my private self, because that's not a social moment for me. Like, I'm conscious of the fact that you guys are listening and watching, obviously, but at the same time, I feel I'm alone when I'm making this stuff, or functionally alone most of the time, and that makes a huge difference for how you interact with something. When you're alone, it's obviously a different kind of I don't know. It's just a different kind of interaction when you're. Oh wow, that was a really great throw in there. Way to potentially ruin the game for us. Sorry, I get so negative. I get so down on my players. It's not their fault. It's my fault. I'm the one who turned back there. I apologize. So I am going to give them a good tar healing. Is that correct use of that phrase? I don't know. When we get into the locker room, though, because that was an unimpressive first half from the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers. We had one astonishingly good opportunity that I somehow failed to take advantage of. But other than that, it was just a big lump of coal. So we got to play better in the second half because we've got to move on in the FA Cup. We got to get to the point where we're playing the big guys, your Chelseas, your Man Uniteds. And I believe we can do that because we have a history of beating those guys, admittedly not in this skill level, but still, we can do it. Oh, we just needed one pass. I would say that in, a lot of people ask me about that, about like the extent to which I feel like, Vlogbrothers videos or whatever are performance, and the answer to that is that I just really don't. I don't feel at all like they are. Oh, you got to score there, big guy. You're a big, tall man, and you've got to show your strength there. Yeah, I really don't. So that's the answer to that question. They don't feel performed to me at all, and obviously, my voice is a little more passionate, and I'm trying to be interesting. And I get to edit, which is nice. I wish I could edit these Swoodilypooper videos. Then it'd be just the highlights. Have you guys seen that guy who's doing the race to Division 1? That guy's amazing. What? Oh, he's strong. French the Lana. What? You don't get to play anymore. I'm sorry, French the Lana, but you don't get to play anymore. Oh, I am mad at you, sir. If I'd known you were going to do that, really, 56? That seems low. Can I get... Perry's not bad in that situation. I think Beefstock might be a little bit better. Yes, Beefstock is a smidge better. Leroy Williamson, you're coming out. You didn't have a very good game. I'm bringing in Perry, because he's a platypus. And, yes. Boy, that was frustrating. Oh, boy. Okay, shake it off. The game is not over. We've got 32 minutes left, and a lot can happen. But that was a very disappointing performance from French the Lana. I expect better from him. Oh, we're starting to open up the... Yes! Yes, that's how you score. That's how you finish, French the Lana. Look at other John Green showing the world that he's a finisher. Go hug your husband. Yes! Great play there. Ball John Green, passing the ball to other John Green, teammates in life and in love, and it makes us sing this song. John Green's ball to another John Green's. They're the best forwards that Swindon Town has ever seen. Great job, boys. So, we are leading at Blackpool, going in here to the 61st minute, and you know how the Swoodilypoopers get when they have a lead. They can get crazy. We can get pretty nuts because we are a team that plays really, just has a profound sense of that's got to be a foul. Oh, look at Ball John Green. He never gives up. It was a little late. He might get a yellow card for that because he got an earlier foul. That's okay. He says, I don't mind, sir. Look, I'm not perfect. You know what is perfect? His mustache. So the other thing that I wanted to say about the relationship between the person I am in video and the person that I am in real life is that, when you're living your life with your friends, there is a measure of... There's something that is different from the internet, because you have... Oh, no. Ricardo Bunsen Burner. You're having to live your life, not just talk about stuff, not just have conversations, not just make stuff with people. I mean, that's what I love about the internet is that you get to make stuff with people, you get to talk about stuff that's really interesting and important to you, and that's really, really interesting to me and really important to me. But when you're living your actual life and you're thinking about mortgage payments and who's going to take care of the kids tonight and what are you going to have for dinner and all of the questions that are just a part of adulthood. The nature of those friendships is just so different. There's such a closeness there that's really hard to explain. I mean, when people ask me people often ask me if I write novels for teenagers because I want to be a teenager again, and the answer is no. I don't want to be a teenager again because I really love being an adult, and I think it's a really a great blessing to be able to be an adult. And the thing that I think I love most about adulthood. Oh, that's bad foul. How is that not called a foul? The thing that I love most about adulthood is the friends that you have as an adult. There's a level of security and comfort and seriousness and depth to those relationships that just it's not even possible when you're younger, because the nature of what's at stake in the friendship is so different. So I really value that about adulthood. And I mean, that's true not just of friendships, but also of marriages and other lifelong relationships, the relationship between parent and child as well. And it's really fun to be part of those relationships, even if it is, a lot of work and not necessarily day-to-day entertainment. And that's that's what that's ultimately what you value most in adult friendships, at least for me, is people you can count on who also make you laugh. I don't know of anyone in my life who does that more than Chris. But I'm blessed to have lots of wonderful friends, and many of whom I've known for a long, long time. And that's another thing that's really fun about being a so-called grown-up, is that you get to have friends for 20 years. Just last weekend, I was at a wedding of a guy I've known for literally 20 years. So that's pretty special. You know what else is pretty special? The Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers moving on in the FA Cup. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. I'm sorry, Blackpool, but it's time to smell your pits in shame. Look at that beautiful mustache. Oh, my goodness. And there's other John Green congratulating his teammates, Mr. Fahey, all the boys. Look at there, sharing an embrace. Congratulations to the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers. We'll see you next time. Well, I guess I won't see you. Best wishes.